due to either technical reasons or topics for discussion that may be held in closed session pursuant to the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Act. There may be interruptions in the videotaping of these proceedings, and this meeting will be aired by EHT TV, Channel 97, on Thursday, July the 11th.
Everybody please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please. Cavero.
Here.
Ellis.
Here.
Hodson.
Yep.
Pauls.
Yep.
And Cromer.
I am here. I'm going to start with the ordinance public hearing. Ordinance number 15, please, Mr. Friedman.
Well, did you know he has to go to a meeting and you wanted to say something first?
Who does?
Dominic, you had to go to a meeting and you.
I have to go to Wildwood for another meeting.
We will put you up first. Come on up.
Really? Oh, thank you very much. I like this stuff. I have to write everything in letter form because sometimes I forget when I get up here. So I just wrote, good evening. My name is Dominic Branca. I'm honored to serve the youth of Egg Harbor Township as the president of EHTYO.
Dominic, could you add your address?
23 Evergreen Avenue, and that's in Egg Harbor Township, New Jersey.
Thank you.
I stand before you today to talk about Veterans Memorial Park. The field house stands proudly dead center of one of the oldest recreation facilities in our town. And I just met Mr. Pauls, he knows all about that. The structure, I believe, is at least 60 years old and serves our community with dignity. Although the building has strong bones, built with brick and mortar, she needs a little help. At EHTYO, we are grateful to have a meeting room and storage for all of our football and cheer equipment. We do struggle with extreme heat in the summer and extreme cold in the winter. So we talk about heat exhaustion. A lot of these kids, we wear black helmets. And when it's 80, 90 degrees out there, we have no place to bring a child. We also have a lot of elderly folks that are out at the fields. So the building is not equipped with any air whatsoever. I've always known in the past, obviously there's no ductwork in that building, but now they have those ventless, ductless air conditioners that you can bolt on the wall. Actually, Patrick Ireland brought it up at our meeting the other day, so that's why I'm here, where you bolt them up on the wall and I guess the condenser's right outside. So we were hoping, maybe get some township help for some air conditioning. Did we get some of these, folks some relief out there? Because normally on any given day, we have maybe 1,500 people that come through our.
Misting fans?
We have no running water out there.
Dominic, those air units double as a heat too.
That's-
So you get a
that's-
couple of those hung up, Mitsubishi makes them, and there's a couple others. They're really well worth it. And
That's
effective.
awesome.
Yeah, they can do heat or air.
That's awesome. That's good to hear. So, go back. The electric heaters we have in the meeting room, I believe they are the same heaters that have been there since I became a member just a little over 20 years ago. The room gets sweltering hot in the summer, and we have no relief to take an overheated child or an overheated senior who is just there to watch their grandchildren. The members of our organization have come to me to ask for your help with a new high-vac system. I would also like to bring up the asphalt in front of our snack stand. It was approved years ago to have it paved to eliminate a tripping hazard at night. If you ever go out there, it's not very well lit in front of the snack stand. They've made repairs, but it goes like this, and there's dips and valleys, and elderly folks that are walking through the restroom or whatnot, it's a very big tripping hazard. I've seen a few go down before it gets scraped up. So it was approved probably 6 years ago, and for some odd reason, they made that tar path that goes behind the field house. Don't know what that's for, but that's when we thought that was getting done out front, we showed up, and that's what was being done in the back. So we're hoping maybe we can get that taken care of. On the other side real quick, with football and cheer starting this week and National Night Out in less than a month, it would be great to see the field house brought back to its old glory with a fresh coat of paint. Our traditional colors are black, orange, and white. The building is so faded, we now have colors that are pink, gray, and dirt. We at EHTYO take great pride in our facilities. We are proud to call it home. We have had generations and generations come through our program. Lots of our EHT history has happened in our park. The building was built by many great volunteers before my time. I think we need to preserve our township history and its treasures. Thank you for your consideration.
Thank you,
So,
Dominic.
I actually have it all because I know when I leave, you guys will be like, what was that guy rambling about? So I have it all written down, so when you head home, you can look at it. Just so I appreciate your time always, everybody, and The building does have good bones, it's a good structure. And,
When did they say it was built, what year?
Mr. Pauls could tell us. He,
Well, 60? What year?
Probably 66 maybe.
66, so, and it's, the walls are solid, everything's solid, it's brick and mortar. It just needs it needs some attention. You know, we go to a lot of other facilities and I kind of look around like, wow.
Yeah.
Some facilities, these kids like, I've seen, they have a whole weight room. It's phenomenal what they have. See, I don't expect to have all that, but, you know, maybe down in the future, a weight room for the kids to get them in there a little bit early, have them work out. But if you go tour some of these other facilities, they're phenomenal. We at EH2, we're willing to do the work, but I would love to see get some air conditioning in there because it does, it gets sweltering hot. The heaters, we have 2 electric heaters, one in each corner. They used to blow hot air, now not so much. We don't have
The power's right there, those ductless units can probably do the job.
Right, so.
There's no doubt about it.
It's awesome. We just, we purchased a new 72-inch color TV for the coaches to watch film, because we used to have the big, the pull-down screen, old school. So we have a color TV we just purchased. We have internet service that we got through T-Mobile. We got that for being nonprofit. So the coaches, when we watch film, they could actually watch it on TV. It's connected to their phone somehow.
Right,
I don't understand, but we're trying to get up in the technology age, and if you can find it in your heart to put some air and heat in there, that'd be great.
Dominic, the 3 things you came up with, the paving, the paint, and that air conditioning, they're not heavy lifts, at least not in my opinion.
Yeah, we're not asking for any money. It's just maintenance. It's absolute maintenance. That's all. The roof looks great. You guys put a new roof on it. That's phenomenal. But the asphalt out front, if you go out there, we have a lot of old folks that come out there and watch their grandkids play. And I've taken a few in the back room when it's real hot out. Hey, why don't you go back? I'll go get a bottle of water, make sure they're okay.
Sit down, yeah.
So, and let them, but if we could have a little bit of cool air in there and relax, even, the kids, hot days, sometimes, I'll put both teams in there at halftime, come in,
That's just the back room, that's not the stand itself, right? It's not
No, the
gonna.
stand itself is usually open. There is a heater up there,
Right.
but we don't expect that to do too much because they're open windows.
No.
So sometimes the ladies will hug
That
under,
room isn't that big,
those
1 or
cold
2
days.
units could do it, no problem.
All right, I appreciate that. I don't know if you guys have to contract something like that out or take bids on something like that.
Don't know.
I'm not sure.
They'll tell us.
Yeah.
He'll tell
I was
us.
told by from somebody, $6,000 you could have it all done. I don't know.
Yeah, they're not that.
I'm not a high back person.
Our deputy, he hangs them all the time at Public Works.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He-
Oh. Yeah.
He's done that before.
Awesome. Mr. Pauls, if you ever want to come out and take a tour and look inside the building,
I will do that.
and if you have any old photos, I just love the history of the whole place. It's home to
You might
us.
want to talk to Rick about a weight room at the community center. Kids could
Okay.
have one night there.
Okay. Yeah. And that's, that even, we've partnered, I love the new high school coach. He's a great guy. We have camp tomorrow night at the high school.
Good.
So we have all of our kids heading out there. We're probably hoping to have 150 kids out there. So he's going to go from 6 to 8 at the high school. So we really partnered with the high school. We're doing good. And
That's good.
stop on out. We're going to give t-shirts.
When's
to all the
first
kids.
game?
We'll start, weekend after Labor Day.
Okay.
But we start full practice with pads August 1st.
Okay.
We do a whole heat acclimation thing. So first we go helmets and shoulder pads, no lowers. Take them on, put them on, take them off, take it off, just so the kids get acclimated to the heat. And then by the 3rd week, it's full gear.
It's full on.
And it's very dangerous. And that's one of my biggest fears. If you ever, because our helmets are black, if you ever just walk up to a player, put your hand on top of their helmet, just be like, hey buddy, what are you doing? It's hot, you fry an egg on that.
Black Radies,
Yeah.
Yep. So I appreciate your time as always. I appreciate what y'all do for us. And I'm
Thank
off
you.
to Wildwood.
Drive safe.
Thank you so
Drive
much.
safe.
You.
Okay. Mr. Friedman, ordinance number 15, please.
Thank you, Mayor. Ordinance 15 is an ordinance authorizing the acquisition of property known as Block 5610, Lot 17, otherwise known as 3521 Bargaintown Road, to set forth on the official tax map of the Township, Lake Harbor County, Lake State, New Jersey. The purpose of this ordinance is to purchase the property situated within its boundaries for the purposes of preserving open space. Thank you.
Is there anyone in the public that would like to speak on ordinance number 15? Seeing none, can I have a motion to close the public portion?
So moved.
Can I have a second, please?
Second.
Roll call?
Fafaro?
Yes.
Ellis?
Yes.
Hudson?
Yep.
Pauls?
Yes.
and Frenberg.
Yes. Can I have a motion to adopt ordinance number 15?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Cafaro,
Yes.
Ellis.
Yes.
Hodson.
Yes.
Pauls,
Yes.
and Frenberg.
Yes. Ordinance number 6, ordinance introduction. Mr. Friedman, number 16.
Thank you. Ordinance 16 is an ordinance to amend Chapter 6 of the Township Code entitled Administration and Government. Specifically, Article 10 entitled Fire Department, Section 6-92 entitled Officers' Terms of Office. The purpose of this ordinance is to increase the number of deputy fire police from 2 to 5. Thank you. A public hearing on ordinance 16 will be held on August 14th, 2024 at 5:30 PM. Thank you.
Can I have a motion to introduce ordinance number 16?
Make it motion.
I'll second it.
Roll call, please.
Cafaro,
Yes.
Ellis.
Yes.
Hodson,
Yes.
Pauls,
Yes.
and Frenberg.
Yes. Ordinance 17, Mr. Friedman.
Ordinance 17 is an ordinance amending Ordinance 3 of 2024, fixing the salaries of certain officials and employees, being the Teamsters Local Union 331 of the Township of Egg Harbor for the year 2024. The purpose of this ordinance is to delete the positions of a AA grounds foreman and replace it with a AA division foreman. A public hearing on ordinance 17 will be held on August 14, 2024 at 5:30 PM.
Thank you. Can I have a motion to introduce ordinance number 17, please?
I'll make it.
I'll second it.
Roll call?
Cafaro,
Yes.
Ellis.
Yes.
Hodson.
Yes.
Pauls,
Yes.
and Frenberg.
Yes. If there's anybody in the public that would like to address the governing body? Seeing none, can I have a motion to close the public portion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We have the resolution consent calendar number 299 through and including 323, and there's a slight change on 321. It should be local 5453 as opposed to 5433. Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Can I have a second, please?
Second.
Roll call?
Excuse me, Cafaro,
Yes.
Ellis.
Yes.
Hodson.
Yes.
Pauls,
Yes.
and Frenberg.
Yes. Resolution 324, authorizing payment of all bills. Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Thank you. Can I have a second? Roll call?
Cafaro,
Yes.
Ellis.
Yes.
Hodson.
Yes.
Pauls,
Yes.
and Frenberg.
Yes. Township Committee reports. Mr. Pauls?
Uh,
Oh, you're right. Let's, here, we'll do the supplemental first. Supplemental General 326 through and including 329 as discussed in the work session. Can I
Make the
have a,
motion.
thank you. Can I have a second, please?
I'll second it.
Roll call?
Cafaro,
Yes.
Ellis.
Yes.
Hodson.
Yes.
Pauls,
yes.
and Frenberg.
Yes. Back to Mr. Pauls.
Attended the fire drill a couple of weeks ago and was out in the industrial park. They had a countywide fire drill. Egg Harbor Township was a big part of that. And just seeing a couple of the firemen that I've known since I've been a kid come out there and still are part of the fire companies is amazing.
Yeah.
And my hat's off to all of them, including the firemen of today. Without them, we'd be in big trouble in Egg Harbor Township. Also, I just wanted to give it a little update. When I was a freeholder, one of the things back in my time was we were going through a terrible time in Atlantic County with mortgage rates, foreclosures. Also, all the casinos were closing down. We hired an economist to come in and give us his opinion, like he was the second best in the United States. What he came up with was one of our things we should look at was Aviation Park and the base out there. And I got to talk to Howard Cowell the other day. We were out there for the seminar on new aircraft, the future of new aircraft. And just to hear how far Aviation Park has come in Egg Harbor Township is strictly amazing. And my hat's off to the county for doing that. And Howard Cowell's doing a really good job out there. So I just wanted to point that out. It was nice to see something that you start and how, after almost 10 years now, how it developed. That's my report.
Mr. Ellis?
I just have to say that I went to a funeral this past weekend around Irvington, New Jersey. And when you drive up North Jersey and see all the traffic and the crowds of people, you can't wait to get back home to AHT.
Not the truth.
I think the only traffic jam we have is a bus stop with the red lights. I don't know how they're supposed to stand for all the traffic and so many people. So you gotta love EHT. EHT is our home.
Yes, it is. Mr. Hodson?
Nothing much. It's been pretty quiet with the police and fire, or the fire. I just wanted to say, Tom, some of these ordinances that, require us to keep a limited people, it should have been addressed long overdue. They need more, they have to shut down a road for a fire scene. Those fire police help the police department. The police department can't man it. They don't have the manpower when you have to shut 2 or 3 ends of the street off. So those regulations been out regulating us on firemen and fire police. If our fire chief needs more, we need to give them to him.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Mr. Fair?
Oh, thank you, Mayor. I just want to piggyback a little bit about what Committeeman Paul said. He and I were at this event Monday morning, and the stuff that's going on at the aviation park, the FAA, as well as the economic development that the county has done out there, and they have 2 buildings now completed, and they have a lot of private companies. But some of the high-tech stuff, if you guys had seen it, this one company partnered with the military as well as the FAA, and it's an electric plane. And it's probably going to be used for people like UPS or FedEx. And it's a prototype, but it flies. They've already got it to fly like 350 miles. It was just fascinating. And to hear these scientists, we had 3 different scientists speak, and I mean, it was just absolutely fascinating. So a lot of neat stuff is going on out there. One thing is they're the leading place for aviation research and development in the nation. They are first in the nation for this type of stuff, these prototypes and stuff like that. I was just enthralled by it. I remember I called you on the phone and I was telling you. So, anyway, and just as a public service note, the Bargaintown Fire Company, volunteer fire company, is having their annual fundraiser for all the folks that live in Bargaintown. You'll be getting an envelope. You've already probably got it. It's a return envelope. Please find in your hearts to make as generous a donation as you can. $20, $30, $40 if you could. They're all volunteers, and the money goes for things that they need. So again, the Bargaintown Volunteer Fire Company is having their annual, and hopefully we can step up and be somewhat generous. Thank you, Mayor.
That would be great. All of the fire companies are 100% volunteer. And on these hot days, they're out there. They do training all the time. And Paul knows probably the best time to go
They had
out.
it interesting last night at McDonald's. The oven was on fire now. I know they were in there, but when Cardiff got there, they were able to handle it pretty well. But I figured, I haven't heard of a McDonald's burning down yet, but they were open. 2 o'clock in the morning, something
That's
like
pretty
that.
traumatic to some people.
Yeah.
It's like, but it is. The service they provide to all of us is invaluable. And please be generous. Please be generous.
Still already sent this, still already
Yeah,
sent it
part
out.
of it, there's that too. And all I'm gonna say, it's been very hot, and it's gonna get extremely hot at the beginning of next week, so check on your neighbors, on the elderly, and people that might have some health issues. Keep an eye on them, please, because, neighbors can help neighbors, which is what we all should do. So with that, everybody stay cool, and we're gonna keep on going here. Tom, Mark, did you have anything you wanted to say?
I do not.
Oh, good, very good. Okay, approvals. Can I have a motion to approve the payroll for the month of June
Can I make some
2024 in the amount of $1,536,747.99?
Make the motion.
Thank you.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion to approve the Township Committee meeting minutes of July 12th, 2024.
June 12th.
So
What
moved.
did I say?
June 12th. You said July.
Oh,
Yeah,
June 12th.
I got you.
For June 12th, so moved.
Not July?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to approve the Township Committee closed session meeting minutes for June 12th, 2024. Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, do we have need for a closed session? Oh, I'm sorry.
We need a vote.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Yes, ma'am, we do. It'll sound like a long list, but I promise it'll be quick.
Okay.
At least Mark.
Me too.
Mostly Mark.
And do you think we'll take any action after closed session?
No, ma'am. No
Okay,
action
so-
required.
They can probably start.
Mark said quick too.
Okay, you can probably start.
I gotta read this one for the
Yeah,
record
read
first,
it for
right?
the record.
Resolution 325, authorizing Township Committee to convene into a closed executive session to discuss matters which may involve personnel and/or legal matters. Whereas the Open Public Meetings Act permits the exclusion of the public from a meeting in certain circumstances, and whereas this public body is of the opinion that such circumstances presently exist, and whereas the governing body wishes to discuss matters involving personnel and/or legal matters as follows. It's all legal matters. And Eileen, I can provide you this list later if you want.
you. Okay.
Affordable housing, potential litigation, anticipated disclosure 1 year. An update on the Paccong Farms redevelopment plan, anticipated disclosure 1 year. Garden State LLC litigation, anticipated disclosure 1 year. Delaware Avenue notice of violation update, anticipated disclosure 1 year. Latoka Avenue notice of violation update, anticipated disclosure 1 year. 6407 Mill Road notice of violation update, anticipated disclosure 1 year. Oxford Village request for municipal services update, anticipated disclosure 6 months. And an investigation into occupied township properties, anticipated disclosure 6 months. Whereas the minutes will be kept, and once the matter involving the confidentiality of the above no longer requires that confidentiality, then the minutes can be made public. Now therefore be it resolved by the Township Committee, Township of Egg Harbor, County of Atlantic, and State of New Jersey that the public be excluded from this meeting.
Very good, thank you. Can I have a motion to go into closed session?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Caparo?
Yes.
Ellis?
Yes.
Potter?
Yes.
Paul?
Yes.
And Provis.
Yes.